Today's sponsor is Severin Skincare. Severin Skincare is an Australian brand that specialises in male quality skincare. The Severin base kit contains a cleanser and moisturiser made with cruelty-free and all-natural ingredients. If you're interested in a skincare kit that doesn't cost a small fortune but keeps your skin nice and fresh, then boys, check out Severin Skincare on Instagram or check out their website to browse the Severin Essentials Kit. Also, if you like a deal, use the code MP15 to get a discount on your order. Hello, welcome back to More Talk. I'm your host Cooper Moore and I'm joined today by Jeremy Boatfield.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Now, Jeremy is one of those people that I actually have no idea how to describe Jeremy. How do we describe you?
If I could give you 3 words, left-handed, curtains,
Yeah.
sometimes funny.
That's
4.
That's 5 words. That's left-handed.
Oh.
Anyway, Jeremy's here on the podcast today. We want to get to know him a little bit more. Origin story. Tell me where do you begin and what's happening?
Where it began, it's a tough story. Mum and Dad's bedroom.
You don't need that, mate.
No. Started in 2004. Western Sydney boy. Grew up in the trenches.
The area. The area.
The area, yeah. 2-7. Oh, no, I'm getting stabbed for that. Anyway, went to a very prestigious public school in Quakers Hill.
What was it called?
Quakers Hill East. So, yeah, shout out to the school. Taught me everything I know.
Yep.
Legal and illegal. Then moved up, aged, started playing some sports, getting around different things, started off with some soccer.
Yep, started soccer.
Yeah, dude.
You're good?
The Maradona of my generation, I was called quite often, actually. It all ended tragically, though.
Yeah, what happened?
Sprained my ankle.
Okay.
And
yeah, move on.
Yeah, then transitioned, started playing AFL after that.
Yep.
Got into that. Really enjoyed it. Still play it now, actually.
Wow, okay.
I'm what some would refer to as an ultimate resi. So I go hard on the field, but harder in the pub.
Okay, yep.
So, yeah, then high school started.
Yep.
And, I started off at a school called Terra Sancta.
We know that school for sure,
Yep. That was until about year 10, and then I moved to the famous School of Stanhope, St. Mark's, or Blessed John 20th. What's it called now?
It's John the 23rd now. They changed its name. Yep.
Yeah. Funny thing, my mum used to teach there back in the day. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, she was a primary school teacher there when it was Blessed John the 23rd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a little bit.
That's a long time ago. Yeah, she's not that old, but she's old. Sorry, Mum. But yeah. So that's pretty basic rundown of my life. I mean, we can get into some details later on.
We'll get details later on. Okay.
Okay.
But what is your goal in your life then? Like, is there a career goal? Is there other goal?
At the moment, I'm in uni now, so I'm studying chiroscience.
Okay.
So the end goal would be to become a chiropractor, and I mean, it's a bit of an ego trip because I want the doctor in front of my name.
Of course you do. Yeah, you want that.
Fake doctor, but it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, so that at the moment.
What made you want to study doing this? Is it your experience in sport or is it just random?
It's actually quite a full circle story.
Okay.
So when I was born with a thing called hips dysplasia.
Yeah,
So I demonstrated that, my legs used to go around my neck. And so what happened was I used to go to a chiropractor at Macquarie University who used to use me as a demonstration.
Wow.
So he used to demonstrate on me for the students. And that's how they learned to do the babies and all the different diseases and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've come back to Macquarie to be a chiropractor. So it's quite full circle.
That is very,
So it's quite cool. So, yeah.
So, has that always been your goal, to chiropractor? Or is there any kind of like, because I know you say you did sport and you still play AFL and all this kind of stuff. Was your goal before, I want to be a professional sports player of any sort?
So when I used to do the Giants Academy. I was in the Giants Academy, and it was during that when it was, I was taller than most of the kids. I'm quite short now. Like, I'm not the tallest, definitely not the tallest in the teams, but it was always an aspiration, go as far as I can, see what I can do with myself, because I'd never grown up with AFL, and I sort of had that, I don't know, it's like a natural ability, I'd say, to just pick the game up quite fast and learnt it and got quite good at it. But so that was always a what if, imagine,
of course,
sort of thing. But other than that, I always wanted to be an engineer.
Really?
Yeah, till about, I'd say, year 8,
okay.
I was always wanted to be an engineer, and I don't know, just you watch those chiropractic videos and they adjust and they make the cracking noises and all this sort of stuff. It's just satisfying. So
is that really one of the things that made you like, yep, I want to do that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It changed from it. Watching the videos literally changed it. I was always set on engineering, like mechanical engineering.
Why is that? Was there some kind of influence on there?
As the engineering or
engineering.
I've always been into cars. So mechanical engineering,
of course,
to do it, doing with cars and dealing with cars and all that was always a big thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, the thing that always goes around in my head, the thing that changed me from that to Cairo was a trip to Fiji.
Yeah.
And this one video popped up of this guy getting his back fixed, and from then on I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. So I thought I'd give it a go, and here we are now.
So, when your degree is an undergraduate degree right now, how long will your study take, and are you going for the doctor, or is that more of like if I want that little tick?
So pretty much you do 3 years of content and 2 years of masters.
Okay.
So you do that, and then after that you do the 1 year. You have to do it at one of the Macquarie. There's one like a clinic. There's one in Macquarie on the university, and there's a couple around the state.
Yeah.
So you have to do a year of that after the masters, and after that, straight out of uni, I think you can classify yourself as a doctor of chiropractic. Okay. But you can go for a PhD, but that's quite a lot more study. It's another 7 years, I think.
Holy, okay.
It's quite a lot. So that's more of a later in life sort of thing. I think getting a PhD, a doctor of chiropractic would be pretty cool. So so
that's fun.
We'll see what happens.
100%. Yeah. Now you say you're still playing sport.
Yep.
And I know you had a severe shot. Sorry, I had to bring it up. Sorry. Do you want to explain this or no?
Jalen Harrison. It all started with Jalen Harrison. Yep. I tackled him. I can't really.
You can?
Does the school listen to this?
No, they don't listen to it.
I tackled Jalen. I didn't actually fall down the stairs. I tackled Jalen and I dislocated my shoulder, and from then just kept dislocating it. And then, have you seen the infamous?
I'm not seeing anything.
Josh has seen the infamous dab walk video. I dislocated my shoulder up here, and then I walked off like this. It's pretty bad. But that was the last straw. Then I got it all bolted up. They cut bone out of my scapula, and then they drill it to the front. So it's bone graft. It's pretty gross.
That does sound pretty gross.
Yeah. And I wasn't even awake for it. Paid the guy $7,000 and I couldn't even see it happening.
That's a little bit of a rip-off, isn't it?
Dude.
Did you not at least get a video or anything?
I didn't see anything. I thought at least I got to see it getting cut off. I'm interested in that. That's pretty cool.
I mean, if
that's
you want to do...
body, yeah.
Exactly right, yeah.
No.
So you're saying you're still playing AFL. Are you enjoying it?
At the moment, actually, I am. But a couple of weeks ago, I was sort of, a bit didn't want to get into it. But now it's coming back to training, seeing the boys and stuff, the banter, a little bit of fun, shenanigans, going to the pub afterwards. It's always good fun.
Now, what is your favorite part about this kind of sporting culture? Is it the actual sport? Is it like the eliteness of it? Or is it literally the idea of going to the pub or the aftermath of that?
Just, I don't know. It's sort of, I've only been part of the team for 2 years and already I feel very included. Yeah. It's kind of like it's probably a bit cringe to say, but it's kind of like a brotherhood, honestly. It's like, I go to war with these boys, to be honest. Some of the stuff we go through, like the fights and the brawls and stuff like that, we're always with Fucker. We're getting into fights and stuff. We're always back the boys, and it's just they're all nice, all good, and we go we go to the pub together, and we go we go on footy trips together and stuff. So I'm really good mates with them, and that's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
Better than I enjoy playing the game, but I don't play the game to be good at the game. I play the game to play with my mates.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what made you start AFL?
So my uncle actually got me into AFL. I was always always watched league. Never actually played league because I was always a bit scared. Didn't want to get tackled by some of the big boys there. But my uncle got me into AFL. He used to play. He was sat on the bench for the Swans. Didn't play, but sat on the bench for the Swans. And he was my coach. So he coached me from, I don't know how old I was in year 3, but about that.
So about
8, yeah.
Yeah.
So from 8 till about now, yeah, he was my coach. So yeah, that got me into it. It was always league, and then a bit of a code switch. My parents were a bit of,
wasn't a little bit
you know what they call AFL, but
we're not going to mention that.
Yeah, we're not going to mention, but you know what they call it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'll give it a crack. So, but that got me into it.
No matter what they call it, okay. The only thing I do give credit for is that it's an Australian footy.
Yeah,
It's
it is
purely Australian. It's not anything.
It's our game. We made it.
Exactly.
Sure, it comes from there's other sports that are similar to it, but we made the game, and that's So that's why it's. Well, did you see they? I don't know if you saw it. They clocked over 1.01 million members for all the teams in Australia.
Wow.
So that's quite a lot compared to. I'm pretty sure there's a lot less NRL. No offense, but there's a lot less NRL fans. So yeah.
Can we talk about AFL for a second? Yeah. Okay. Now, I feel like in New South Wales we don't really have. I want to say AFL culture, but that's only because only some people I know AFL. Like I know you do AFL, I know other people support it.
Yep.
But you support the Blues, support whatever you want to do, right? What other areas in Australia are like mad AFL?
Yeah. So her prime example was in New South Wales and sort of bottom of New South Wales, Victoria area, they're huge on AFL.
Okay,
they live and breathe it. It's the only sport they play. NRL doesn't exist down there.
Okay.
Besides the Storm and stuff, but like South Australia, Victoria doesn't exist.
Yeah.
NRL just never heard of it. So when we used to play academy games down in like Albury and stuff like that, and the Victorian boys and like the Albury Wodonga boys would come up, they'd all be like 6'5" at 15, and they just live and breathe this game, and you just couldn't touch them.
Nah.
And all they talk is footy. Even the Canberra boys, because we used to cross academies with the Canberra boys. All they talk AFL.
Yeah.
No rugby league, just AFL. And you'd be surprised how widespread the fan base is, from like the Northern Territory to Queensland. Like there's Western Australian teams, there's teams in every state except for the Northern Territory and Tasmania. Yeah. So, well, they're not states, but you know what I mean.
I know exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, it's the culture down there is like, it's just completely different. Like they come home, they go play footy, they kick a footy, then they watch footy. It's just live and breathe footy down there. Yeah. Especially boys like our age. It's their life. It's crazy.
Do you have any other sports are you like favorite with? Like,
I was a big swimmer back in the day.
I know about that. I know you were a very good swimmer.
I like swimming.
Yeah.
Other than that, I did get around soccer. I love soccer.
Yeah.
That was always a big part of my life, because that's a worldwide sport. Everyone knows about soccer. Everyone loves soccer. Even if you hate soccer, you love soccer. Yeah, soccer was always a big part. I always enjoyed it. That's what I started off playing, soccer. That was like 5 years old.
Yeah, I think everyone started at 5 at soccer. You just
Quakers
did
Tigers. Shout out to Quakers Tigers. Love them. But yeah, that was soccer always.
Yeah.
Not really good at it now, but back in the day I was all right. Probably fall over and do a hammy or something. I don't know.
Okay. You graduated from high school.
Yep.
All right. We've done this. We have plenty of time out of high school now and all these kind of things, right? Is there anything you're looking back on during this? Like, I don't want to say regrets or anything, but anything you want to look back on and just think about?
Honestly, schooling wise, looking back,
Let's look back at like academics.
Academics, yeah. Honestly, just that span from like year 8 to year 10 where I sort of slacked off a bit.
Yeah.
I would love to have gone back and just because you like out of school now, I see how important it is. Like the concepts from year 8 just followed on to year 12, and just like understanding the concepts there would have helped me so much. And that I always regret that, messing around a bit and mucking around in class and all that sort of stuff, and not paying attention as much. I still did well. I did my best, but that's always a regret. And wish I could go back and give another crack.
But you say that, but you're not a dumb person. So like, there's like, I know a lot of people who are like, Josh is disagreeing with that statement
down there, buddy.
But like, I in my opinion, I saw you as like a role model for someone that actually was like a bit of a half and half. Like, I feel like some people did the academics way too hard, and like they got to where they want, not denying that, but you kind of half and half.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like you balanced it. Do you not believe that?
I've always thought that as well. So, obviously having time for academics, but having time for yourself.
Yeah.
Doing the stuff you enjoy, like footy training and going out with mates on the weekend and stuff like that. C's get degrees as long as you pass, I'm going to be honest with you.
That's right, yeah.
But, But when it comes time to knuckle down and have a crack, you do that. But then you also make time for yourself as well. So that's always important. I feel like that should be important for everyone.
Yeah.
Just having time for themselves, not just smashing out study every day. And,
Absolutely right.
That's just the time. I feel like the time between 15 to about 25. I'm not 25 yet, but at least 15 to 18 are like honestly the best years of your life. You got to make the most of it.
Yeah.
So, going out, having good times with mates and, all that sort of stuff's very important. So that's, 50-50, I guess, 50 that, 50 this.
Is that this kind of same relationship with uni? So far?
So far, I'd say, more 75-25. I haven't been going out a lot lately. I haven't been doing much things, but, the workload is quite ridiculous.
So you are one of those people that actually have to.
I feel like I'm doing a bit above the bare minimum.
Okay.
So
that's
bare minimum being getting all the work done and understanding all the concepts. A little bit above that, sort of going ahead and doing that little bit of extra study and stuff like that. But also still having time like to go out for dinner with family or something like that.
Yeah.
When you should be at home, maybe studying. Enjoy cheeky pub feed or something like that. I don't know. So sort of balance, a nice healthy balance. I think that's important.
Now, I've got a question for you, and it's also a question for Josh as well. What if we started a boys team in basketball? Would you do it? And do you like basketball? Because that's the second question.
I have always disliked basketball because I'm bad at it. I'm bad at it.
Okay. I feel like you've got the physical attributes that is needed to not be shit.
There was a very humbling experience in year 9.
A humbling experience, okay.
I tried out for the basketball team in year 9 and I got rejected. And it's one of the first teams I've ever been rejected from. So that was sort of, I hate basketball from then on. But honestly, like watching it, it's quite, they're impressive. Some of the things that basketball players can do is just impressive.
Yeah.
Like I can't touch anywhere near the rim and they can put their whole arm in it, like Vince Carter. That's nuts. But honestly, my mum, she's 4'11", I think, 5'1".
So yes,
she used to play center.
No. You have to talk about this. No,
she used to play center.
Okay, so what kind of basketball? Like, talk to me about that.
She was a little dribbler, so you should little dribble layup. That's all she would ever do, and she played state. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I would always want to be. Was just not. I cannot hit a three.
No.
Cannot do that. Cannot even hit a free throw. Honestly, but a little layup, I reckon I could get. I could get that down pat, and that's all I'd needed.
What makes you happy?
Safe for work or not safe for work?
What?
What makes me happy? Oh, okay. On the good side of things, exercise.
Okay.
On the bad side of things, Bundy and Coke. That makes me happy.
So if I could say that there's only 2 things in the world that makes you happy, those are the 2 things. Oh, sorry, not only, but those things are directly correlated.
Top 10, yeah.
Bundy and Coke.
Oh, Bundy and JD and Coke. Oh.
They're good?
And it's Lent, and I haven't drunk. Well,
Oh, I heard you and Josh.
We've had probably one, I'd say. But if it's under a roof, there's no proof. So, yeah, we probably had one. But I'm fanging for a JD and Coke.
Why'd you do that for Lent?
Mainly for the fact that we needed to control our drinking habits and the addiction. Like, I'm pretty sure Josh's liver was failing, and so was mine at 18. Yeah. So it was getting pretty bad drinking during the week. Yeah. It's not a good thing. So we had to give it a break. And now, it's not funny, Josh. It's hilarious. So don't need to have a drink to have fun, to be honest. And that's what I wanted to experience.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Now, my image of Jeremy, right? I feel like you're just like one of the boys. That's just like when I think of Jeremy, I think like one of the boys.
Okay, that's fair enough. I see that.
Do you take that as an insult?
No, I don't. I think that's a good. Obviously, there's the boys, and then you got your other things on the side. But mainly, I feel like I get around the boys. So
okay, because why I say that, okay, is that I feel like you're one of those types of people that just like you're very motivated, but like it's not like disregarding of anything else. It's more like you're very motivated just to try and be happy, trying to be like optimistic and keep doing this, right? Yeah. Why I'm asking is what makes you so optimistic and happy? Or is it just a facade?
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, it's just the way I've been brought up. I mean, my mum always taught me from a young age, just do what makes you happy. It's pretty crazy. You only get one life. So, and it's pretty short. 80 years, or on average, 80 years isn't a long time. So, just do what makes you happy and, give it a crack, give everything a crack. And that's what I always say to, young cousins or, even if I have children, just make sure you give it 100%. Yeah. Because the more you give, the more you get out of it. Yeah. That's always been another thing in my life. The more you give, the more you get out of it. And, don't be afraid to try things. And I feel like that's sort of being able to experience many things and, finding things I like and having a wide range of things that I like is sort of very easily kept me happy. There's obviously been times and stuff when, HSC, especially when you can't do anything but study.
That's right.
But, other than that, just picking things that you like and sticking to them, enjoy it, make the most out of it, I guess. So,
what are the experiences that you wanted to do then? Because you just said 80 years in your life, you got to do everything. Is there any kind of pinpoint things you need to do? Bucket list almost.
Bucket list. I've been quite lucky. I've been, my parents have taken me to a few countries, but honestly, I would like to, live in a different country.
Okay.
So, with my degree especially, I'd like to go to travel with a sports team or something like that. I feel
that'd be incredible,
that'd be a bucket list item, just going around the place and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, I have a chronic fear of heights.
You have a chronic fear of heights?
Chronic, like a terrible fear of heights.
Okay, let's hold on to this bucket list. We're going to return to this. Where has this chronic fear of heights come from? And give me an experience where you shut the bed with it.
The perfect experience was, so when I went to Paris, we went to the top of the Eiffel Tower and I broke down and started convulsing at the top of the tower.
No.
Because I couldn't look down and my mum was like forcing my head to look over. She's like, just take it in once. Just take it in once. And I was like, Mum, I'm scared. And I started shaking. Oh, that was... Ugh.
How long ago was that?
Probably 5 years ago.
Okay.
I'd say. Yeah. Time flies. Holy moly. It's about 8 years. Yeah. 2015, I think, is 8 years ago.
I think COVID ruined 3 years of it. So that makes sense. Yeah.
5 years. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I've never been able to do heights.
Is that just happened? It's just how it is.
I don't know if anyone who's watching this has a fear of heights as well, but just, I feel like it's imagining what could happen. So,
Okay.
like at the top of the Eiffel Tower, I imagined the tower falling. And same with like, you know, you're driving over the Harbour Bridge or something like that. You imagine the bridge falling, I feel like. And that's what scares me about heights.
When you are in one of those experiences and you just like, you overthink every possible outcome and that just gets you to cripple.
Yeah, pretty much. Like even like I work at Wet and Wild with Josh, and I don't know about Josh, but looking over the top of the towers to see how many people are in the line scares me. I don't like doing it. It's scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that was going to be as I was saying, I'd like to go skydiving as a bucket list.
Wow. Okay, that's
try and overcome that fear, because I feel like when you're skydiving, you sort of don't have a choice once you're in the plane. Because you're strapped to the bloke and he jumps out for you. Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to have to do it. So I feel like I could do it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, ties into the fear and the bucket list item, I guess.
Is there any other kind of goals in your experiences? Because like what you said about being a chiropractor and then traveling a sports team, that's an incredible thing. Yeah. Is that like you want to go to the Olympics, or is it like AFL, you want to be with a World Cup, or not? Well, there wouldn't be World Cup, but like, you know what I mean? Like, is there something like that?
But yeah, something along that. You know, even going to an NFL team and doing a year in America.
That would be incredible,
or, something like that. And honestly, they get paid a lot of money in America. So.
Oh, yeah, they do.
So, yeah. But, my uncle is a chiropractor in New Zealand, and he's the chiropractor for the New Zealand Olympic team. So, even like that, just traveling with the Australian Olympic team and all that sort of stuff would be pretty incredible. So, go heaps of different places. I mean, it's every 4 years, but, you know. I mean,
it's a great time, yeah.
Go somewhere I've never been before.
Is this something you want to do, like, young? Like, as soon as you get your degree, apply that? Or is that like you want to keep doing it until you retire?
I feel like it's
because a lot of people, like, do their kind of, in my opinion, do their crazy things, and then they just open up shop and then relax.
Chill out. I feel like after uni, I want to do a gap year.
Yeah.
So even though it's not a gap year, I feel like I couldn't have done a gap year, then go to uni and start studying again. I just couldn't have done that.
No.
So I feel like I'll do that, have a break, and then sort of get into clinic and do like maybe a year or two of clinic, then try and see where I can
apply for everything.
Just go around. And if like there's not many chiropractors around, so surely I can find somewhere, even if it's in some just random country like Botswana, I don't know, you know, somewhere that needs a chiro. They'll always need a chiro. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, that's always been a goal ever since that faithful YouTube video in Fiji.
I can't believe that's the thing that started everything.
That started everything.
Usually, a lot of people have like very like inspirational kind of motivational, but like that's
what started everything. A cracking compilation #14. in Fiji. That's what started.
Well, then I need to ask you a question. You know the cracking boards that people on TikTok, they lie on a little plastic board and then they just crack. And
it cracks back like that. Yeah.
Is that actually good for you or no? Because I want to ask, because you probably know somewhat.
Well, you know how everyone says, you know, cracking your knuckles is bad or cracking your neck's bad. It's not. It's really not. We learned about it the other day, actually. So it's just a release of gases. Okay. So I think it's nitrogen. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But that's what it is. That's all it is just releasing build up pressure. Yeah. So when you crack your back like that, you're not actually adjusting the spine as a sense. Like when you see a chiro do it, it's quite forceful. So yeah, just leaning back like that and cracking it, it's perfectly fine. Like it'll crack it, it'll release the pressure, which is obviously, you know, having pressure in your neck, you need to crack it. You know, it's good. It's good for you. It's not bad. It's not going to hurt you. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't cause arthritis or anything like that, like they say. So yeah, it's all right. Well, Jeremy, thank you very much for being on the podcast today. Anytime. Happy days. We're going to get you to sign the table. But firstly, do you want to have is there any social media or anything you want to shout out, trying to get 2 extra followers from my YouTube channel? I'm going to plug my YouTube. Go. No, actually, I'm not going to do that because it's just cringe. So no, actually do it. Actually, or I'll do it myself. I'll put it up there. You might as well do it. It's just Boatfield. It's just my last name, I'm pretty sure. Okay. It's a picture of a boat. Please don't go and watch it. It's just horrible. It's just Rainbow Six Siege gameplay. It's just terrible. Okay, we'll plug that. We'll plug that into the description, and then we can get to the. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much for joining the podcast today. Thank you very much for watching on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Thank you for listening on Spotify, and catch you all later.
the crazy shit I did to me. That would be the best therapy for me.